Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to make a special kind of cookie that I felt like was going to really celebrate Pride this month. I wanted to make Pride cookies for Pride Month, and I wanted the cookies to be special and colorful, and so that's what this video is. So thank you so much, and let's get right into it. Alright, so these are the marbled shortbread cookies. I pre-made the dough beforehand for this video, so that way I wouldn't have to make all of the ingredients and all of the stuff for the video, because one thing about me, gays are efficient and it's Pride Month. So one thing about me, I'm gonna be on my A game. I'm on my A game. So the dough is pretty easy. I just made the cookie dough all together, the big batch, and then I took sections of that dough and colored it with food dye, plant-based food dye from Whole Foods, and I tried to represent the colors of the LGBTQ flag. I did not do the progress one because I tried to do the progress one, but I didn't have enough color. I don't think I didn't have enough scoops of dye. So it's just the basic LGBTQ flag. But with this recipe, what you want to do is you really want to stick those logs of colored dye together, and they are wrapped in the individual cookie dough, so that way you don't have the cookies mesh and mix together when you're baking them, because then you'll kind of get a nasty, ugly colored cookie. So this was what you want to do for the video. And like I said, this cookie dough recipe calls for so much rolling, but honestly, I kind of liked it. It was so cathartic. I felt like this was such an easy portion of the recipe. I really didn't mind it at all. And I was so happy that I pre-made the dough too, because honestly, I thought that was kind of the harder part. This part was pretty easy. I just had to do the back end of it. And I just kept these in the fridge overnight and then popped them out the next day and then just kind of stuck them together like this. So I thought this was pretty nice. So here I am again. I'm putting on the other colors. Like, the dough is kind of forming into this big log. It looks a little weird, looks a little voluptuous right now, but I promise you, once you kind of get it rolling and soften up that dough, it's gonna look really, really nice. So as you can see, once again, I'm using those grandma hands. I'm using those construction worker hands, because I don't do that. I work a 9 to 5 at a desk. Ain't no construction worker hands here. All right, and then I'm just adding the other colors to it. Like I said, I had these other colors just kind of left over as well. I think I added that purple stripe that you see kind of in the front. It's all crumbled up, and then I added a blue skunk stripe on top with a little bit of green, just to add that little pop of color, because I had it left over and I didn't have enough cookie dough to wrap it on the other end. This color, I mean, look at that. Honestly, I could have stopped here. I really could have stopped here and just cut them up and put them into cookies, because that is so beautiful. But one thing about me is I am a perfectionist, and I will follow a baking recipe to the T, like you always should. And this recipe said that you should roll up each individual piece of dough once you kind of get into these big logs 2 to 3 times. And you really should only do it about 2 times, depending on how big your colored dough was. So I did it 3 times, and I didn't mind it. It gives you this nice, almost like kaleidoscope effect, but you'll see, I'll show you again. This is about the 2nd time, which I have done it, and it's a little bit long. This will be the 3rd time, and then you'll kind of see what it looks like. It gives this kaleidoscope effect. It's not too bad. Honestly, I'm really just proud of myself. I'm just happy that it worked out, because I was really thinking at this point, like, this is not going to turn out, and the colors were not going to look good. And now I'm just laying out the sprinkles. I wanted to add sprinkles to this recipe, not only because it was recommended, but I wanted to add some texture to the outside of the cookie, so I added some sprinkles, so that way when you bit into the cookie, it would kind of give you a little bit more of a pleasing, enjoyable experience when you're eating it. The cookie is a shortbread cookie, like I said before, so they're not necessarily known for their flavor, more so known just for being like a nice, light and savory cookie. So I thought this would be kind of a nice way to kind of divvy that up and make it a little bit more exciting when you do taste it and do put it in your mouth. And now I'm just cutting it up, putting it down. I wanted to mention the reason I was making these cookies in the first place. I had a close friend of mine who is moving into a new apartment with her girlfriend, and I wanted to make these Pride cookies as a housewarming gift, as well as help them celebrate Pride, because I always feel like I put Pride on the back burner during June when I really shouldn't. So I wanted to remind myself that this is the year of Pride and the month of Pride, so that's why I made these cookies. And look at that color, but I promise you, don't even worry about it. It gets better, it gets so much better. And I'm gonna pop them into the oven. The oven is at 350, and you put them in there for about 15 minutes. Oh wait, no, 12 minutes. You're gonna burn them if you put them in there 15 minutes. Okay, don't do that. My bad. Like I said, rolling it up again, just to make it that perfect circle. Now for this log, I did not put any sprinkles on it, so don't come for me, because I just didn't feel like it was necessary to put any sprinkles on it. I just thought it was kind of nice to have some with sprinkles and have some without. So the other batch that I'll make later as well, or no, the other log that I have later will have sprinkles on it. But look at this color. Look at these colors. And here is that second sprinkled log again. And if you like this video so far and you like this recipe, please don't hesitate to leave a like and a comment. And if you feel so, please subscribe. And here I am again, just cutting it all up. Honestly, this was kind of satisfying too when you do cut it up with the sprinkles. It kind of gives you that nice little crunch when you're cutting it up. And like I said, don't even worry about the color right now. It looks a little maybe deceiving, but looks can be deceiving. Wait until you see this oven pop open, and yes, okay. Oh, look at that color. Don't come for me. Look at that color. Don't play with me. Look at that color, that marbled effect on there, those sprinkles. I mean, I am a baker. Do not play in my kitchen. I was so happy when this color turned out. I am so happy. And so now I'm just gonna take out the second batch again. And one thing about me is I'm gonna show the camera what everything looks like. It just may not be in frame. Okay? It just may not be in frame, because one thing about me is I know where I point the camera when I press record, but then after that I forget where the camera is. I forget where it's pointing. So just know that those were also just as beautiful. As a baker, I always have to check, even when I know the shortbread cookies are probably just fine. They don't need that much time in the oven. Like I said, it was just 350 for 12 minutes, so they don't need that much time. But I wanted to make sure that the bottoms were brown, because, come on, we always need more brown. In this household, we like color. And who is that? None other than my boyfriend stealing cookies. And now I thought, at this point, I had the cookies with the sprinkles, and I thought that this would just be a really great way to kind of make them look like animal crackers. And so I thought I was gonna make some purple icing. I used confectioner sugar, lemon juice, and coconut oil just to make this icing. And I'm using these barbecue tongs. Don't come for me. I did not break any cookies with these barbecue tongs. One thing about me is I am a good baker, and I know what to do, and I know soft hands, gentle hands make a good cookie. So I did not break any of these. I just thought I wanted to dip them into the icing. Later on, once I realized that was going to take forever, because it does, I realized that I'm just going to use a spoon. And I just use a spoon to kind of glaze the bottom of it. But it's this beautiful purple color. The video doesn't really show it as well, but it's this beautiful purple color icing. And I thought that was kind of a nice way to use the trans colors and kind of reflect them. It looks a little darker than it does in person, but like I said, they were these really pretty color. You can also use them for asexual people, so. And bam, here are all my cookies that I iced. I did not ice every cookie. I thought that was a little excessive, but I thought at least a good chunk. And now I am just putting the cookies away. My boyfriend so pleasantly reminded me that for these recipes that I make in my house and give away to other people, ooh, look at that color, look at that color, look at that color. My boyfriend reminded me that there is such thing as a cookie tax, and whatever cookies are made in my kitchen, half of them belong to the kitchen and us, and then the other half can go to whoever I designated them for. So those were to my friends and the other ones were to me, but I gave more to my friends than what my boyfriend thinks. And then of course, you know, the chef has to do the taste test. The chef has to do the taste test. I was so happy that these cookies turned out so well. They're so pretty, and the color was just really magnificent. I'll put some pictures up too. And honestly, I would make this recipe again. I used the Washington Post one. I'll put it down in the description.
Bombastic side eye.
It was a good recipe. It's got me dancing over here. It's perfect. I really like this recipe a lot, and I thought it was a great way to usher in Pride Month. And so let me know if you want to make these cookies for Pride Month. Let me know if you have made anything for Pride Month. Let me know if you've done any Pride Month crafts. I would love to hear about them, and I'd love to just hear about everyone's Pride Month activities, because it's so important nowadays that we celebrate ourselves, especially when we face so much anti-LGBT legislation nowadays. So please do take care of yourself, and once again, have a little cookie for yourself. Come on now, look at the color, think of the color. Exactly, you know you like it, you know you like it. Hello, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed watching me make the cookies. They were just as delicious as they looked, and they're actually all gone. We ate them all at the time of this recording, which is about, I made them on Saturday and it's now Thursday. So I made them and they've been gone for less than a week. So I hope that speaks to something, and I hope that if you do make these, let me know, comment below the video or DM me on Instagram and show me a picture of the cookies. I would love to see that. And once again, I hope you all have a safe and happy Pride Month this year, whether or not you are a member of the LGBTQIA community or an ally. I hope you all just have a safe and happy Pride Month in June. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video.